You know you're in the north when you see one of these puppies.
Guys, I hope we can be a judgment-free space, which is impossible on the internet.
这得摘几天
20多天，一大筐晒干了就不点儿。
Horses!
今年5月份结的婚。
哦，现在那个外国的和中国的不限制。
Farming equipment traffic jam. Get off the teat already. Eat some real food. 他开车压到他呀。Will you look at that bang? I'm Katherine from suburban Virginia, and this is Asajan from rural Kashgar. And we are kicking off married life with non-stop chaos. We're 2,000 kilometers into a bike tour across North China. After a long hot summer, autumn is finally descending upon these quiet, obscure landscapes. And today, we'll be sharing with you our journey from rural Chifeng to the forests of Saihanba. From experiencing village life to trying local foods.
I have no idea what I just ate. What in the world is this?
From childhood nostalgia to climate struggles. Look at this whiny baby over here. We are super excited to share our Autumn China cottagecore expedition with you. Autumn has officially begun. The trees are turning yellow. Ah! I'm so excited. Favorite season of the entire year. And living in South China, I don't really get much of an autumn experience. My home is literally surrounded by bamboo. And in the dead of winter, it's great to have lush, fluffy green bamboo everywhere. It's just that at this particular time of year, I always get nostalgic for the autumn vibes in my hometown. And I always try and like hunt for somewhere with fall leaves to like compensate.
And people keep telling me in the comments, why would you come at this time of year? It's gonna be cold, it's gonna be windy, it's gonna be this, it's gonna be that. I don't care. Autumn is my favorite season, and I wanna witness it in Inner Mongolia.
Mom's like, get off the teat already. You're like 15. What are you doing? Hey. The north is different from my home in Southeast China in almost every conceivable way. Flocks of chickens and ducks are replaced by sheep, cows, and donkeys. One-story brick houses are the norm instead of multi-story concrete ones. And the farther north and west you get, the more vast and uninhabited the landscapes become. You just feel like an ant on somebody's carpet or something out here. It's beautiful. This is just so vast. In Zhejiang, you can barely bike 1 hour without seeing a skyscraper somewhere in the distance. But out here, it can take an entire day to get from one town to the next.
你看咱们这孤山村这已经来了外国人，美国了。
Found a cheap little hotel in this random town. Everyone is sorting the day's mushroom harvest in this little parking lot behind the hotel. Little mushroom necklace. Love the mushroom necklace aesthetic. 一天摘了这么多呀？
一天。
这个一斤多少钱？
俺们当地一斤是50元，野生的，哎，50。
They recommended this restaurant to us. There's a little shrine right in the front. Our bro we met in the parking lot was so hyped for us to come to his restaurant so we could try like something. I didn't hear clearly what it was. It was like there's just like something that we just like had to try. And then we came and it turns out
杀猪菜，不知你们习不习惯啊？
we'll just have some veggies. Guys, I hope we can be a judgment-free space, which is impossible on the internet, while I share with you what we're having for dinner tonight. This is potato with celery, if anyone's curious. You're supposed to eat it with rice, but we're not in a rice mood tonight. We're in a noodle mood. So you could leave the noodle brick in there for a long time and let it get soft, and then it would have a texture similar to the way it's supposed to be made. But I actually like it kind of half raw. Imagine this, still crispy ramen with all this gravy and juice from the potato and the celery. Pair it with some room temperature green tea with plums because it's too cold to drink cold things. It all comes together into this like Frankenstein creature of a meal, but it's really good. Beautiful morning here in Inner Mongolia.
Let's go, baby.
Check these out. They're like little fluffy caterpillars. They're so cute. Aren't these cool?
You know you're in the north when you see one of these puppies. It's a wood stove. How cute is this color? How cute is this little pattern? North China vibes right here. None of these in Hangzhou. And my favorite part is their little mascot.
Yes, friends, winter is coming. Ironically, many say that winter is more tolerable in the north than the south because the north goes all out with indoor heating to deal with the below freezing temperatures, while the south is just kind of like, it's not that cold. Put a couple sweaters on.
I love how the house cats like personally identify with the door guard lions. They're like, that's me. That is a picture of me. I do that. I am the guard of this house.
We're starting off our morning on this wish.com bridge, literally made out of stacks of bags of dirt. It even has a sign to remove liabilities if you happen to injure yourself. Major nostalgic vibes right now. Reminds me of an autumn stroll with my parents back at my hometown. Got all the trees with the changing colors and somebody's yard full of old rusty cars. Peak Americana hoarder aesthetic. Gotta treasure this nostalgic moment.
我老家小时候守麦子的时候用这个。
So he's not really a local. His hometown is 3,000 kilometers away from here, but hey, having him along is better than nothing. He still recognizes a lot of stuff. That's my country boy.
就是麦子可以摆在这个地方，然后我们用拖拉机把它然后碎碎的那种。
The local farmers actually showed up while we were making our little vlog, and they were like, "What in the world are you guys doing?"
那你俩结婚了吗？
对，今年5月份结的婚。
现在那个外国的和中国的都不限制说。
之前中国人跟外国人不能结婚吗？
嗯。
什么时候呀？
那50年前一。
真的啊？
美国那个富是不
？50年前他们比我们好。
美国70、80年代可好了呢，现在不一样。就是那个时候一个人打工的工资足够养一个家庭，可以买个别墅，可以养老婆养孩子。现在不一样，小夫妻2个人都要上班，然后也买不起房子，很多人。
你是特朗普那会儿的吧？
我谁都不是，我真的
我是中国，
我都不喜欢。
The map said there was a bridge here. Dang, that map got us good. But on the bright side, the scenery is really beautiful. How cute is this tiny shrine? So the map told me there's a bridge here, and I think you know where this is going. Please. Don't lie to me twice in a row. Let me tell y'all, this is the price you pay for taking the tiny roads. Yeah, they are more scenic and more interesting and more aesthetic and more cute, but they often just lead you to stuff like this.
Okay, so the map led us astray a couple times, but it was a lovely day nevertheless. The landscape is a mixture of leaves beginning to change and grains laying out to dry in the intense autumn sunlight. Tons of people are outside, either working on the harvest or enjoying the last days of warm weather before it gets cold.
赶紧往回走了，再用不了几天冷了。
我们要看秋天。
你们俩是一家子吗？
对对。
下子。
好累啊，还得打它呀。他开车压到它呀。
就压，就把那个豆压掉了，然后把这个秸子。
那个豆不会破吗？被压到了。
The autumn harvest is in such full force right now that these quiet, obscure little towns are bustling with workers. And in a place where we normally have no trouble finding a hotel, almost all the rooms are full. The locals here are super friendly and offered us a whole bag of homegrown mini apples. During harvest season, everyone gets up super early and works very long days, so they eat dinner very on schedule. When we first arrived, the town restaurant was bustling, but just in the few minutes it took us to figure out what to order and stop by the grocery store to get a drink, the place was almost completely emptied out.
这叫土豆是吧？
We are trying something exotic and new today. It is stir-fried carbohydrate strips. It's not potato, but it tastes kind of like hash browns. After dinner, we took a trip to the store to get some thicker clothes to handle the freezing cold night weather and to get some sun protection gear to handle the ridiculously bright sun during the day. I was shocked that Asajan, who was born and raised in a desert, managed to get burned by the Inner Mongolia sun.
好有女人味呀！
你有男人的气质就可以。
Anyway, here's where we're staying.
Swans on the wall, deer on the wall, deer on the curtain. Also got this super cute cabinet set here with flower knobs.
So this room is interesting because literally right outside the door is their family's house. So it's kind of like a family guest room. Whenever her grown-up son is home or some other relatives are here, they'll stay in this room. And when they're not here, they rent it out to guests. So it feels like we're a friend staying at their house or something. It's really cozy and cute, you know? Look at this little doodad. Isn't that precious?
Isjan is carrying the bikes out to the backyard. 我们想看秋天的草原。
秋天冷啊。
是冷，但是景色好。
Good morning from Inner Mongolia. We are about to get going.
Look how cute this little garden is. Love it. Mushrooms drying in the sun, of course. Here's their lovely little yard. This is the hotel we would have stayed in, but it was booked. This is their home. Today, Asajan is ready to handle the Inner Mongolia sun. We got 2 new subscribers. They're going through our Douyin videos. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Hello. 拍抖音。没看到你。
Time to say goodbye to this little place.
Today, we are heading in the direction of the Saihanba Forest Park. Aside from the usual brick and tile houses and crops laid out to dry in the sun, today's landscape featured some very unique rock formations that felt almost like something from Utah or Arizona. The wind was whipping through this unique landscape, and we were greeted by the sight of dozens of produce packing bags swept up into the sky.
5毛钱一个。
那你刚才捡的那个呢？
那刚才我也捡了这个。
The climate in this region is literally so dry. My eczema is going crazy. Even Asajan, who was born and raised in a desert, is not immune. He's been wearing these gloves all day long to hold in his hand moisturizer to keep his hands from getting crusty.
我的嘴全都干了。
你不是我的沙漠宝贝吗？
我现在跟你一样。
I have an excuse to be dry and crusty because my hometown is fairly moist. But one benefit of it being this dry is that laundry dries super fast. As fall inches its way into the landscape, ice cream freezers become a temporary shelf for piles and piles of mooncakes, the staple snack of the Mid-Autumn Festival. People are scrambling for watermelon, a fruit that won't be available so abundantly and so fresh for much longer. And in addition to drying grains and crops, people are getting their winter kindling ready.
小树苗呀，好香呀。Smells like Christmas. Tree planting project in progress.
Whenever I see these rows upon rows of tiny pine trees, it always reminds me of a Christmas tree farm. But these forests are common all over North China for a different purpose, to help prevent desertification and erosion and add some extra greenery to the landscape. Good news for the village grandmas, extra pine cones for kindling.
Hello.
You can walk from one side to the other side in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, this is a pretty tiny town, if it even counts as a town. I'm not actually sure. But as with many places in China, if you look closely, there are so many interesting details waiting to be discovered. More typical offerings left for deities and ancestral shrines are fruit, these little biscuit things, and alcohol.
So the sun is not coming out today, but that's okay. We're switching up the aesthetic from being vibrant and colorful and bright to being kind of gloomy, borderline spooky, which is also part of autumn. You know, not every day can be UV rays baking wrinkles into you. Some days are just like this.
Oh, 谢谢，谢谢。哎呀，太可爱了。
Check out this rare specimen, a still inhabited dirt house. You can see abandoned dirt houses every once in a while in rural China, but it's not very common to come by one that's still being lived in. I imagine the residents got to be at least 80 because most people at this point have upgraded to a brick or a concrete house. But if you've been living in this kind of house for 80 years, you may just feel like whatever, you know.
这个农村娃娃也是在土房子里长大的。
对，看到土房子我会想念我的童年，但是
Some houses are like part brick, part dirt, like this one, like a hybrid house. Some houses are made out of brick, but then they have a dirt wall around the yard. Anyway, we're seeing a lot more dirt architecture here than we've seen anywhere else. The geese mafia is coming.
洗到乌兰布统，你俩。
对。
这家可够远的。
Hello.
Yo, is that a potato?
Will you look at this literal potato of a cat? So we're here thinking, oh, look at this helpless little potato laying on the side of the road. It literally just caught something and ate it right off the ground. Oh, found its sibling.
这里给那个口袋里的苹果从哪儿来的呀？
刚才那个奶奶送的。The sun finally came out of its lair.
In my absence, I'll be surely missing you. I've been working every day, and I sure hope your love is too. And if it gave you cause to doubt me, hope you always think about me. And if you think I will find another, it ain't true.
There is a fence here separating us barbaric humans from the trees. Y'all know humans love to destroy things. See, it's super beautiful, but the fence, I hate the fence. Oh, I know why it's here, because humans are so destructive, but it just messes up the vibe. Now it's time to show you guys something cool, okay? Where I'm from, trees come in two categories. There are deciduous trees with the flat leaves and evergreen trees with the needle leaves. But in China, there are needle trees that turn yellow. Isn't that the coolest thing ever? I love these, they're so cool.
谢谢，谢谢。
Oh my gosh, guys. Horses!
Keep the home fire burning while I'm gone. I'll be back to fan the flame, it won't be long. Just a while and then I'm back where I belong. Keep the home fire burning while
climbing. Now that is one handsome rock. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. It's done cold.
I'm so cold now. I cannot enjoy because I'm cold.
Look at this whiny baby over here. Okay guys, Hebei and Inner Mongolia are actually really cold at night. This is not a joke. I feel like I can't even talk properly. Like I can't even enunciate words anymore because it's so cold. You may be wondering where we're staying because this looks like the middle of nowhere. There's actually a teeny tiny inn in the middle of this forest park. Just this one inn in the middle of nowhere. There's like nothing else around it. This place looks pretty empty right now. It is a weekday and it's also not the peak time to be traveling here. The peak time is summer, but I really think fall has more character. Yeah, it's been cold, especially at night, but it's been beautiful. Look at this. Look at this.
The fall is coming, I can feel it. The breeze brings goosebumps to my skin.
Because it's the off season and it looks like we literally are the only guests in this entire place. The restaurant is closed, but the owner just offered to cook us some eggs and make us some rice porridge.
自己摘的这都是。
这得摘几天才能老这么多？
哎呀，得摘20多天，但晒干了就不点儿。
This inn actually is going to close in a few weeks because the weather's too cold. I'm warming my hands up with this rice porridge bowl because it's so cold. I can't even hold the chopsticks properly. Here's our dinner. Look at all this food they made us. Aren't they nice? The restaurant's literally closed. This is their home cooking. We have rice porridge. We have, I don't know what this is actually. It looks kind of like a pancake. And cauliflower, Ace John's favorite vegetable. We have a classic, egg and tomatoes. Funny story about egg and tomato. When I first came to China, I kept ordering it and I hated it every time and I couldn't figure out why. I was like, I like eggs, I like tomatoes, I like egg and tomato. Why do I just not like this dish? And I only figured out way later. They put sugar in the dish to balance out the sour of the tomato. So I'm really curious, do they make it that way here too? Because I've been living in South China most of this time. This is the sweetest egg and tomato I've ever had in my life. It is practically a dessert. We're appreciative they made us food. I just find it interesting that Chinese people think tomatoes are sour. I don't feel that way, but whatever. The cauliflower is bomb though.
你看我们这边一般炒都会炒咸的，对我怕你吃不习惯，没有放盐，特意给你放点糖。
Guys, no wonder the egg and tomato was so sweet. Usually they put salt and sugar.
你喜欢吃咸的东西？
对，
我这有咸菜疙瘩，你吃不？
是不是那个蘑菇呀？那个香菇。来，
这个比较咸啊，
还不错。
这个就粥吃是最好的。
I have no idea what I just ate. What in the world is this? It's kind of like if you combined maybe like an oyster with a mushroom and you made it kind of like firmer and chewier and then you add a ton of soy sauce.
地里长的一个东西。
你们自己种的吗？还是？
对，自己种的，洗了煮了，然后晾干。
They just said it's a thing that grows in the ground, but a lot of things grow in the ground. So like, what is it? The mystery continues to this day. I still have no idea what it was, and I wish I'd gotten a clearer shot of it. It was okay, but not the kind of thing I'd go out of my way to eat. The savory pancakes and the fresh wood ear mushrooms, on the other hand, were 10 out of 10. This is a wood ear mushroom dipped in soy sauce and wasabi, Chinese mustard, whatever.
对对对，没办法。
纯野生的。
Oh, 怪不得. You know, usually I don't even like wood ear mushrooms, but these taste super fresh. They don't taste like the dried ones that have been like rehydrated. These taste like they were plucked off of the stump like 30 minutes ago. They just taste super fresh. Days like this remind me what it is that keeps drawing me to village life. It's being close to nature instead of high up and far away in a concrete box. It's getting the freshest food straight from the source. It's experiencing that cozy small community where everyone knows each other. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to romanticize village life. There's definitely a reason why urbanization is happening at a record-breaking scale all over the world. Even living in one of China's most developed provinces, I'm no stranger to some of the downsides of rural life. I just really appreciate the beauty of living alongside Mother Nature, and whether I'm at home or traveling, village life is always my favorite, and I love to share it with you. I hope you all enjoyed today's journey through rural North China. And now that fall has officially begun, we are about to head into the grasslands of Inner Mongolia to witness a completely different type of autumn scenery. Is it really worth visiting the grasslands at a time when there's no grass? We'll find out in the next vlog. Thanks for joining us, and I will see you next time.